Now, I've gone on record saying that the PlayStation 4 is one of, if not the best console to collect for right now in 2025 if you're a brand new game collector. It has, without doubt, an amazing library, some fantastic exclusives, and a lot of these titles can be picked up for dirt cheap prices, and graphically, we do not need any more than what the PlayStation 4 can offer. And in a previous video, I discussed what you need to be collecting for the PlayStation 4 in 2025, so check out that video if you're interested. But in today's video, I want to do something a little bit different. I want to uncover and discuss some hidden gems, some cult classics, and highlight some titles that might not have been discussed on previous videos or by other content creators. Hopefully, we're going to unearth some gems, or we're going to go through some absolute duds, because I did this old school. I took myself up to CEX, did no research, looked up no reviews. I just went off the game cover art, the back of the box, and did it old school like you did back in the day. So hopefully these are going to be some hidden gems, or we're going to have some total duds, but nonetheless it's going to be really, really fun. But before we dive in, I want to hear from you guys. What are your favourite hidden gems on the PlayStation 4? Those games that no one has ever played or heard of, or that no one ever discussed. Let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoy game collecting, video game discussions, CX adventures, all that good stuff, then smash the like button and subscribe to the Collector's Quest channel. Let's dive into the first hidden gem on the PlayStation 4. We're starting this list off with a game that actually inspired this very video. So over my birthday weekend, myself, my partner, my good friend Stigo Damo and Jess went up to Merry Hill on a shopping spree, and we took ourselves up to CX because why not? It's the law. When you go shopping, you have to go to CEX. And my good friends gave me a sweet voucher for my birthday. And I picked up this game, didn't know anything about it, cost me £8, looked very interesting. And I thought to myself, I've never heard of this game before. Why don't I do a top 10 or a list of some hidden gems? And here we are right now. So that game that inspired this very video is a copy of Dredge. Dredge sees you sell your catch, upgrade your boat, and dredge the depths for long buried secrets. Explore a mysterious archipelago and discover why some things are best left forgotten. So Dredge looks a really cool indie title from Team 17. Haven't seen much about this game before, but the thing that also sucked me in was a lot of these games come with manuals, posters, really cool goodies, and it's really cool seeing indie games do manuals in 2025. A lot of the big boys, a lot of the AAA games don't come with any manuals. So a really nice touch from the indie games, and most of these hidden gems do come with manuals. But yeah, this game looks really interesting. So a little bit about me. So I really enjoy Stardew Valley, and I'm not much of a fisherman, but one of my favorite things to do in Stardew Valley is fishing. I love that minigame so much. I just find it so satisfying to wiggle your rod, which that sounds very dodgy, but I just find it really fulfilling where you're playing the fishing minigame, you put bait out, you need to tap the button and catch your fish and then just sell them for profit. I just find it really relaxing, and this game looks a lot of that. You can also upgrade your ship, and it's also got a bit of a horror vibe to it. When it goes night time, some weird things come out onto the sea, some ghosts, all that cool stuff. So yeah, with Halloween coming up, definitely want to check out if you're into your fishing games or into something with a bit more of a horror vibe. So yeah, for £8, definitely check out Dredge. Sticking with games based on ships and based on the sea, I already had this game in the collection, so I figured after going through Dredge, I would highlight this game. Haven't heard too much about it, still haven't got around to playing it, but the next game I want to go through is Spiritfarer. Spiritfarer is a cozy management game about dying as ferrymaster to the deceased. Build a boat to explore the world, care for your spirit friends, and guide them across mystical seas to finally release them into the afterlife. What will you leave behind? So a very somber looking game, and I'm not massively into cozy management games. I haven't really played many apart from Stardew Valley, but I don't know, there's something about playing a cozy management game during the fall, autumn season. You know, it's cold outside, you've got a blanket, the fire's on. Don't know, there's just something magical about playing these kind of games during the winter season, and this game looks very somber, very sad, very deep, very philosophical, and just very different. Like, there are a number of games where you upgrade and build out your boat, but I haven't really seen many games around sending people to the afterlife, and as someone who loves Final Fantasy X, obviously I love Yuna, there's just something about sending people to the afterlife and just going through that kind of sad, somber time. So if you're looking for something cozy, something to snuggle up on the sofa with, then definitely check out Spiritfarer. Looks like a very cool game, very unique, and definitely one that you want to check out during the fall winter season. And it goes for around £15 a CEX. You can pick it up brand new and sealed off Amazon for around £23, so not very expensive and looks very unique. So check it out if you're interested. From cozy management games, or not cozy, in Dredge, to a couple of Metroidvanias. First one I want to highlight is Curse of the Sea Rats. Curse of the Sea Rats is a hand-animated Ratroidvania adventure. Embark on an epic journey to recover a mysterious relic and lift an ancient curse. Explore a vividly realised world, fight challenging bosses, and collect valuable items. Discover 4 playable characters with unique playstyles and skill trees to develop, also including 2 to 4 player couch co-op. So I've never seen anyone discuss this game at all, never seen it before, and it just looks very different. Like, you don't play as a rat in pretty much any game. Like most games, you're fighting rats. Like, I remember playing Oblivion, the first level when you're going through the caves after escaping the prison and you're fighting the rats. I don't know, there's just something different about playing as a rat and a sea rat, you know, got that pirate twist on it. And while I'm not the biggest Metroidvania fan, I don't know, I just find them a bit cumbersome to play, and sometimes you are backtracking a lot. This one looks really cool. The graphics look very, very nice. Got that hand-drawn animation. And 2 to 4 player co-op, we don't see enough 2 to 4 player co-op or even couch co-op, and split screen co-op on the couch is so magical, and I wish we got more couch co-op games. And this one looks very, very cool. Obviously Metroidvania, so you can't unlock certain parts of the level until you've found certain items. I don't know much about the story. You probably don't play this one for the story, but if you're after something a bit different, if you love your Metroidvanias, you want something that you can play with your friends, with your family, then definitely check out Curse of the Sea Rats. And for £8, it's not a bad deal at all.
Flora, the time has come for you to repay your debt.
You should have stayed out of my way.
Sticking with animal-based Metroidvanias, this one is half the price of Curse of the Sea Rats for £4, and the next game is Super Epic, The Entertainment War. Video games are dead, we must save them. Join a heroic raccoon and valiant llama to take down the evil Regent Corp in this action-packed, chuckle-filled Metroidvania. Again, very different. For some reason, you're playing as a raccoon on the back of a llama because reasons, right? It's fun. And I've never seen this game before. Like I said, not the biggest Metroidvania fan, and for £4 looks very well made. I don't know about reviews, like I said, I haven't looked up any of these games, but for £4 got some really nice graphics, some very cool level designs, and classic Metroidvania with you having to unlock items to explore and navigate your way through the level. And yeah, I mean, if you're a big Metroidvania fan, then for £4 you can't go wrong with this. Yeah, absolute bargain, so definitely check them out if you're into your Metroidvania games. From animal-based Metroidvanias to a strategy RPG, for just £3, the next game is a copy of Wargroove. Wargroove is a modern return to retro turn-based tactics. Battle your way through campaign mode to discover the story and motivations behind each of the factions. Challenge your friends to local and online multiplayer skirmish modes with complete raw customization, as well as local and online cooperative and co-op play. Design and share online your own complex series of battlefields with branching story paths using easy to master in-game map and campaign editors. So for £3, this looks to be a very cheap alternative to Fire Emblem. I have looked at a couple of reviews for this, and a couple of people say that it doesn't stick the landing, it does get a bit monotonous, a bit repetitive, but I mean, come on man, for £3, like even if you get 5-10 hours of fun out of this, you know, it's £3 well spent in my opinion. And again, it comes with a manual, a map, all in full colour. So just for £3, right, it's definitely worth the price of admission just for a lovely coloured manual and a poster. And again, another cool game with local co-op, couch co-op, so definitely one to snuggle up to your loved one or your friend during the fall winter season, because there's definitely something magical about playing co-op games during the winter with the fire roaring. Yeah, it's just awesome, man. And if you're looking at games like Final Fantasy Tactics, which just got released, and you aren't quite ready to jump into that, or you just haven't got the budget to stretch to Fire Emblem or Final Fantasy Tactics, then for £3, I think you could do a hell of a lot worse. So definitely check it out if you're into your tactical RPG games.
Ever see me coming?
Greetings.
I'm gonna break you!
From a tactical RPG to a puzzle story-driven game. Next up, I want to go through The Wild at Heart. The Wild at Heart sees you explore a mysterious world with your own herd of magical spritlings. World a swarm of quirky spritlings, break stuff, collect loot, fight enemies and more. Solve peculiar puzzles, battle perilous beasts and unravel the story, and discover the truth of the deep woods in a nostalgic storybook fantasy. So this is very much a Pikmin-like style game. Again, I haven't played much of Pikmin. I played a bit of it on the GameCube. Very different looking game, and this looks to be a clone of Pikmin, and you've got a horde of animals that you control. You have to use the horde to fight enemies, make bridges, solve puzzles, basically Pikmin, right? And for £8, it looks very, very different, and it also reminds me of Night in the Woods, probably just due to the animals, the graphical style, the whimsical fantasy-like world. It's meant to have a very cool, mystical story, and another game this reminds me of is Folklore on the PS3. Let me know if you played that one down below, but I don't know, we just don't see many games set in like woods where you're playing as like mythical animals. Very different. There's a lot of animal games on this list. I'm not a Furby, trust me guys, I promise, but yeah, for £8, again, very different game, but if you are interested in this game, I would jump on it sooner rather than later, because there's only 2 copies of this game in stock at CEX. I think on eBay it goes for slightly more, maybe £10 to £15. So check it out if you're into puzzle games or you're a fan of Pikmin games and you played all the Pikmin games on the Switch or the GameCube and you want something in that vein and style. Now, would it be a collector's quest list without a JRPG? So the JRPG I want to recommend on this list is a copy of Monarch. Follow your ego, control the madness. A maddening mist has engulfed your academy, and you must harness the latent power of your ego to drive back the dark forces without succumbing to your madness. So this is the only game on this entire list that I know a bit about, and this came out back in 2024, I want to say 2023, and I was really intrigued and interested in picking this up, but it kind of got middling reviews, you know, 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10s, and this is by a scenario writer who wrote Persona, so yeah, that's why I was really interested in this game. But I think a lot of people say it gets quite repetitive. The battles are cool at first, but eventually you're doing the same battles again and again and again, and it doesn't really have much depth. But I really wanted to pick this game up, and for £12, that's a great price in my opinion. I was somewhere in the region of £10 to £15 when I wanted to pick this up, so yeah, being able to pick this up is really cool, and it's got a very dark look to it. And while it is set in an academy, like pretty much every JRPG is set in a school, yeah, you know, JRPGs, right? Again, this one also comes with some goodies, so you got a really cool manual, an art book. So if you're looking for something similar to Persona, probably not the same high quality of Persona, but if you're interested in that kind of game, then maybe check out Monarch. It's also very similar to the Caligula Effect, which is also from Fura Games, I believe they're called. And they basically do blender style games where they take a bit of this, a bit of that, something from that game, and combine it into something which is never better than the OG original game that they took the ideas from, but you have to appreciate the effort. And yeah, for £12, probably something a bit different to your typical JRPG.
Madness surrounds you. Prove you can control the madness.
Follow your ego. Control the madness.
From JRPGs, I wanted to highlight something survival horror or horror related, with it being Halloween almost and spooky season. So the next game I want to go through is a copy of Ikigai. Fear and anxiety prevail. Spilled blood for an unholy ritual has opened the door to the deepest fears of a priestess in the shape of monsters, ghosts and spirits. When all the gods have abandoned the old Trinity, Naoko's only hope is to still the evil with the last remaining drops of ink. So I haven't heard or seen too much about this game, but it does look very cool. We do see a lot of these first-person horror games where you're essentially helpless, you need to run away, hide in closets, wardrobes, and obviously popularized by Amnesia, Outlast, and this one looks really cool, and the front cover looks horrifying, and the evil entity reminds me of The Grudge, which is a very cool horror film which came out back in 2004. Big fan of that film, and I don't know, just anything set in Japan just seems more scary. Currently playing through Silent Hill F and WoW. It's not on the same level as Silent Hill 2 remake in my opinion. I am really enjoying it, and a large part of that reason is definitely the Japanese setting. I don't know, there's just something cool about Japanese folklore, spirits, and just something different to more westernized ghost stories. So yeah, if you're into first-person horror games, you enjoy games like Amnesia, Outlast, you enjoy running away and being helpless, then definitely check out this game. £15, fairly cheap game, especially for survival horror, because those games definitely hold their value, so check it out if you're interested.
What's happening?
From a very scary looking horror filled experience to something a bit more whimsical, a bit more light-hearted, the next game is Nexomon Extinction. Explore a world teeming with over 380 Nexomon to capture and tame. Join the Tamers Guild and begin an epic journey. Discover diverse regions, challenge rival tamers, and fight formidable foes in turn-based battles. Obviously, with a name like Nexomon, there's no prize for guessing what this game takes massive inspiration from. Obviously Pokemon, and I've gone on record saying that I haven't played many, if any, Pokemon games, and I think the main reason why Pokemon games don't seem that appealing to me is the very simplistic battle turn-based combat system. They just look very kid-friendly, and as someone who loves a good JRPG, someone who wants a bit of strategy in their turn-based combat, it just never really appealed to me, Pokemon. So this one definitely stands out because it looks like it has a bit more of an in-depth turn-based combat system. And again, the graphics really draw me into this game. Really cool looking Pokemon-like creatures, very whimsical, a over-the-head camera perspective. Just looks very cool, and again, for £6, definitely way cheaper than any Pokemon game. So if you're looking for something a bit different, check out this, because there are definitely a lot of Pokemon or Pokemon-like games, but this one is definitely one of the cheapest I've ever found. So check it out if you're into Pokemon-like games. And sticking with Pokemon-like games where you battle, tame, and capture creatures, this game, I wouldn't go so far as to say it's a hidden gem because it is from a well-known IP, but I don't hear many people sing its praises or speak about it in the same light as Pokemon, so I figured this is a great time to highlight this game and this franchise. And the final game on this hidden gem list is a copy of Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. When the digital and real world cross, our story will evolve. Embark on an epic adventure where you need to solve the Digi mystery, including classic turn-based RPG battles, scan, raise, train and battle more than 200 Digimon. So like I said, I wouldn't call this a hidden gem or an unknown game because it is from Bandai Namco. It is from a very popular IP in Digimon. I know this has got a lot of love, especially the anime and the manga, but I don't hear many people talk about Digimon in the same light or in the same amount of praise as Pokemon. And with the new Digimon Story game coming out next month in October, I figured now is a good time to jump into Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth, and for £15 looks to be a more mature take on Pokemon. And I have played a bit of Digimon Survive, that is the visual novel game played that on the Switch, and that is definitely dark, mature, and I do like the thought of capturing monsters. I just think for me, Pokemon is a bit too kid friendly, so I do enjoy darker, more mature stories, and this looks really cool. Again, got that anime look that I do enjoy. Very typical of Bandai Namco games, and this looks to be a bit more adult related, something a bit more tailored to my nearly 30-year-old brain. So yeah, check out this game if you haven't played Digimon and you are into Pokemon animal capturing games, and now's definitely a good time to jump into Digimon with a brand new game coming out next month. So check it out if you enjoy Pokemon-like games.
A part of the teenager's mind data was destroyed by an eater, a monster that emerged out of thin air, leaving their body half digitized, almost cyborg-like. That's where I came in.
So those are 10 hidden gems on the PlayStation 4 that I recommend to you guys. I really had a great time putting this video together. Like I said, did it old school, got myself up to CEX, hunted for these games in person, did it old school, no reviews, no research, just went off the front cover, the cover art, the back of the box, reading about the game, just had a great time hunting for these games like we did back in the day, and hopefully you guys have got some new games to add to your PlayStation 4 collection. But I want to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comments down below, what are your favourite hidden gems on the PlayStation 4? What are your thoughts on some of the games I've gone through in today's video? Let me know down below, because I think in 2025 there's never been a better time to be a PS4 collector. If you enjoy first party exclusives, hidden gems, JRPGs, horror, fighting, any genre, PlayStation 4 has got you covered. So definitely jump into the fantastic PlayStation 4 if you haven't done so already. And while you're down there in the comments, if you haven't done so already, smash the like button and subscribe to the Collector's Quest channel for more game hunts, CEX adventures and discussions around video game collecting. And if you want to win 2 games that we discussed in this list, if you want to win a copy of Curse of the Sea Rats and Super Epic The Entertainment War, then definitely make sure you smash the like button, make sure you're subscribed to the Collector's Quest channel, and make sure your comment contains "I want those sweet, sweet gems." Make sure you comment that, I'll put you into the giveaway and we'll announce a winner on an upcoming video. So definitely enter that if you want to win 2 hidden gems on the PlayStation 4. And as always, good luck on your game hunts and collecting adventures. Take it easy, YouTube, and I'll catch you in the next one.